The following training is sponsored by the Niagara Library System. We serve our member libraries in Niagara, Orleans, and Genesee counties. Please visit your local library homepage and use your library card to get access to streaming videos, downloadable music, audiobooks, ebooks, and even more from the comfort of your own home. Thank you. Hello. Good to see everybody. Today is going to be a few little odds and ends and probably a shorter video. So I was on Facebook and ran into a comment on Facebook about changing your voicemail. So I asked Rebecca Schweigert, hi, from, she's in Middleport by the Roy Hart Library, so the Royalton Heartland Community Free Library. This was one of the things that she shared from this Shannon Hart. And if you're ever lost while hiking, you get stranded with a broken down car, and you notice your cell phone is either low on juice. Now, it would have to be, you have to have a signal, okay? So on here, I want to be clear, I'm going to highlight this. It says you're either low on juice or you have no signal. No, you do need a cell phone signal in order to change your voicemail message. So, but if your battery is low and you haven't told anybody or you're not sure that people know where you are, change your voicemail greeting. That is actually not a bad idea. It gives your approximate location, the time, the date, the situation, or you're lost, you're out of gas, broken down, any special instructions as to where you're staying with the car. This is also true, so let me move this to highlight this. The best part of this, and this is very true, is that even if your cell phone has no more battery, so your cell phone dies, I was going to go and grab my cell phone, but or it stops working or something happens, the voicemail absolutely still works. The voicemail resides on a server that is outside of the phone itself. I also want to mention at this particular point, if you ever lose your cell phone or it gets broken or something's wrong with it, you can always actually use another phone. Okay, my corded phone here. You can use another phone to actually dial your own cell phone number, and when it rolls to voicemail, you can press the pound sign, okay, or the hashtag, depending on what you call it, and you interrupt your greeting with the pound sign, and when you do that, you will be prompted to put in your voicemail PIN, and then you can actually retrieve any voicemails that you may have on the phone. So that's kind of cool. So if you have a signal, so if you're low on juice, but you still have a signal on your phone, if you do not have a signal or cannot get a cell phone signal, you cannot change your voicemail. So I do want to be clear about that. But if nobody knows where you are or you're not sure, that that may very well work. You never know. And I just wanted to give credit where credit was due. This is Shannon Hart. She is the one who actually posted this, and it was part of the group Missing and Not Forgotten. So that was her post, so I did want to give her credit. Now, on another note, I had another friend post this from Niagara Frontier Search and Rescue, and they make some very good points here. Several members have pointed out popular social media posts making the rounds, telling you to change your voicemail greeting if you get lost. And now I do want to say again, they do say right here, simply, this is not a good plan. No, it's not a good plan. It's good for if an accident or something unplanned happens, and they do mention you do need a strong cell phone signal. You need a cell phone signal to change your voicemail. That is true. If you forget everything else and you don't do all the other steps that they tell you to do, which are very smart, if it's more of an accident, not a plan, then I would still, something is better than nothing, okay? But they certainly do tell you to conserve your battery power. Call the New York State Forest Rangers if lost. Their dispatch is the best at helping you. It's 1-833-NYS-RANGERS. You can also call 911 if you, again, have a signal. If you can't get a call out, now that becomes important. Try to text reliable friends with your location and situation. Text messages are more likely to be sent and received when signals are weak. That is absolutely true. Not only that, but again, once a text message, if you have, now I need my phone because now I'm talking about it here. But when you have your phone, what will happen when you send a text message is the message will actually sit. If it's been picked up by a weak signal, it will actually sit in your carriers on a server waiting for that data to be transferred to the receiving phone. All right. So certainly text messages, absolutely. If you can get a weak signal, send a text message, do that, and it can transfer over to a friend or whatnot. Sometimes better than a phone call. Okay. Now, they say if traveling in areas where cell signals are not reliable, consider acquiring a PLB or satellite messenger. I had to look that up. I'm like, I'm not an outdoors person. So right down here at the bottom, a PLB is a personal locator beacon. And those are also known in avalanche areas. They're things that you can either activate and they send up a ping that can be caught by GPS signals and things like that. So a personal locator beacon, okay? Satellite messenger is sort of like a satellite phone and it does require a subscription. So unless you're really doing this kind of all out and you go out a lot, I don't know that I would invest in a satellite messenger type plan. Certainly a personal locator beacon is easy to get. You can buy them almost anywhere there's hiking or outdoor stuff. It works. Always leave a trip plan with a reliable person at home. And again, now this is a plan, all right? If you're suddenly lost or you're suddenly, something happens and you can't charge your phone, your car breaks down, and you're down to your last 2%, okay? But if you are planning a trip, my goodness, tell somebody where you're going, okay? Leave a trip plan with a reliable person at home, detailing your plans and when you should be expected to return. Leave a copy of your trip plan in your car, absolutely. Sign in and out at trail registers. Part of the plan searches is to check the trail register boxes. Good idea, okay? Always carry the 10 essentials and plan for an unexpected night out. Now, I did not look up what the 10 essentials are, but maybe I should do that. And phones are great, but don't always get a signal, and always have a backup plan. Let me look up the 10 essentials. Okay, so I went over to Google and I put in what are the 10 essentials for hiking, and REI comes up, and then AmericanHiking.org. I am going to, and then of course too, there's a Wikipedia over here. I'm going to go to AmericanHiking.org, and the reason I'm doing that as a librarian and as when you're looking, it's not that REI is necessarily bad, but I thought they were a camping store. Let me go to the 10 essentials of hiking. So I did two things. I did click on the REI because I did think it was a store, and it is, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not going to go with their advice. What we're looking at right here on the screen is from the American Hiking Society. And here's the 10 essentials. Appropriate footwear, okay. Map, a paper map, and a compass. And phones and GPS units are handy. Don't always work in the backcountry, so okay. Paper map, water, and a way to purify it, all right. As a guideline, plan on half a liter of water. That's about, a liter is about a quart. So carry enough water for your trip, okay. Bring some food. They say calorie dense foods. That can be anything from, and calorie dense means high fat, high protein. Peanut butter is excellent, and there's lots of trail foods that you can get really, really good. Okay. Rain gear and fast dry layers, that's number 5. Safety items, okay, light, a fire, a whistle. I have to tell you, when your mouth gets dry and you can't, if you hear people calling for you and you're dehydrated, having a whistle is an amazingly easy way to signal. Okay, so a way to start a fire, to have the lights, things of that nature. A first aid kit, okay, a knife or a multi-tool, so for countless different uses, okay. Sun protection, number 9 there, good idea, and some sort of shelter. Lightweight, inexpensive space blanket can be a great option for people. And a bonus, a trash bag for that. And a trash bag can be used for gathering items, not just trash, okay, but for gathering items and things of that nature. So from the American Hiking Society, these are the 10 essentials. So footwear, maps and compasses, waters and a way to purify it, some calorie-dense food, rain gear, safety items, first aid kit, a knife or a multi-tool, sun protection, shelter, and a bonus would be a trash bag. This went on a little longer than I thought, but that's okay. So social media can be great. It was a great tool. If you find yourself in an emergency and you don't have this stuff, changing your voicemail while you get a signal can be really good. If you're planning on a big trip or going hiking somewhere, don't rely on just your cell phone. All right. Take care. We'll see you in the next one. Bye now.